So welcome to another short video, and today I want to talk about integrating shadows. And here I'm asking three questions. First of all, what are shadows? Second question would be, what is shadow work? And what does integrating really mean? Well, from my experience, from my perspective and the work I do with clients, I came to the following insights or understanding. So I would say every time you're not at peace or you're feeling upset, you're in shadow territory and fear is in the driver's seat. So it's a limited state of mind, and I'm borrowing here some terms from A Course in Miracles where it says you're out of your right mind, driven by wrong-mindedness. So shadows, from my point of view, are actually unconscious, habitual response pattern. It's an energy friction, actually. They are standing waveforms. It's another way to put it. They're fear-based resistance patterns. And we could say that thoughts or emotions like shame, guilt, regret, or even pride, that all is pointing towards what we call the past. Or even worry, anxiety, expectations, and attachment to outcomes, which are pointing towards what we call the future. So fear-based resistance patterns. But the key to a fulfilled and happy life, or successful life as well, that can only be found within yourself. And when I talk about self here, I mean your real self. And you have to ask the question, what is that self, or who am I? So what is shadow work? Well, I think and feel that shadow work is synonymous to self-inquiry. Going back to that question, who am I? It's a work of curiosity, patience, calmly looking, and a work of love, if you want. But there's some misconceptions about shadow work. The first one is, if I do shadow work, I'm going to get rid of something. And that's not what shadow work is all about. There's nothing to get rid of. Everything is perfect as it is in this moment. Or I'm going to get something. People feel that there's a path, there's work to do. I have a goal, I want to achieve something. But the truth is, with shadow work, there's no goal, there's no path, nothing to achieve. It's just honest and clear seeing. And it's actually an ongoing process, a shift in perception. Shadow work can be directed with a mentor, or you do your shadow work on your own as a surrendered state, and the ability and the willingness to stay in a sense of vulnerable spontaneity. Shadow work can lead to liberation, and that means that it is recognizing and then letting go of a seeming separate suffering self. It's literally the end of resisting and also the end of seeking in the here and now. So what I would say is the best service you can render to humanity is to recognize the true nature of your being. Now, what does integrating really mean? It's actually integrating and transcending shadow aspects. And there are three parts of it. And here I'm borrowing some keywords from Ken Wilber. It's about growing up, waking up, and showing up. Growing up involves or points to stages or levels of consciousness. In a very simple form, it is moving from egocentric, where it's all about me, to ethnocentric, it's all about us, our tribe, our group, we are the ones who are right. Moving to world-centric, it includes all of us, all of humanity. To what's called second tier of, or even third tier of consciousness, which is cosmocentric, including all of life. So it's a vertical climbing up the ladder of consciousness. And it's really the capacity to see reality from the next higher level of consciousness or perspective. It's more inclusive, and you're looking at reality and your own experience through a wider lens of perception, hence a shift in perception. So everything is included in the next higher level. There's nothing gotten rid of, but it is included. It is part of you. And then waking up. Waking up points towards states of consciousness. And that is like, you're all familiar with waking states, the dream state, deep sleep, causal and non-dual states of consciousness. We're all familiar with them. And here with shadow work and integrating means we soften our focus on the content of experience towards realizing that which is aware or knows you experience. And then showing up. And showing up, that's actually a merging of stages and states. As you grow up and move up the levels of consciousness, it becomes one. You literally cannot distinguish between stages. The higher the stage, the more it's like causal or non-dual level of consciousness. And then embodying means from moment to moment, you embody your aware presence. And herein lies your freedom. So I hope that is helpful, and look forward to the next video. Thanks for listening.